Okay, the jamb. We use a full jamb on hinge doors, and there's lots of little things going on here that you need to be made aware of so it goes together properly and and functions properly. So the 2x4s, when it's framed, we hope we're straight, but they are always crowned when they put in a wall. So, and they might not stay straight between the framing day and trim day. They could have, crown could have gotten worse. So there's little things that we do or have in place to help make things fit tight. So one, the casing is backed out on the back side. It's rabbited out. That will help get your casing tight to the drywall on that side and help keep you tight to the jamb on that side. Also, our jamb is beveled on a 5-degree angle. That's not too straight of a line, but that helps keep that joint between the casing and the jamb tight as well. And that allows for discrepancies from top to bottom if there are those crowns. So the casing can mold and twist both as it goes from top to bottom ever so slightly, and we can't really see it. So that is why we have those relief cuts and the bevel on the jamb. Now, note that corner right there is sharp. Should always take your block plane, knock off that sharp corner, and maybe even touch it with a piece of sandpaper after the block plane. Never leave a sharp edge behind. Sharp edges don't hold paint, don't hold stain, don't hold finish, and you get slivers off of it. So always knock off that edge, sharp edge, okay? Now, other things that go on with the door when we are hanging our doors, note that our doors are beveled on both sides. Okay, that should be a bevel of 5 degrees. 5 degrees is the magic number for all trim angles for bevels and making things fit and so on. So 5 degrees works well on both sides. So you can see on the other side that bevel gives us room for your hinge to fit in there. Myself a knuckle, hinge knuckle there. But that keeps the shim or the hinge from hitting on itself and keeps the screws from hitting screw head on screw head. So it gives us those clearances. And note the hinge placement on the door for how far it sticks out. That knuckle of the hinge needs room. So we always keep our casing back 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Just makes an extra reveal in our trim and hides basically the joint. If we stick our hinge out that way, ever so slightly, it gives us more room on the edge of the casing to keep that hinge from rubbing on our trim as it opens and closes. That's where we get squeaks. So you want to keep that hinge out from the edge of the door and the jamb about a good 1/8 to 3/16 from that edge. Okay, and on the other edge where the other jamb would be, let's see here. There's my other jamb on the other side. That bevel, when the door pivots open, then it doesn't hit on that corner when it opens. That's why we bevel it that way. So that way we can keep all of our tolerances and our clearances around the door perfectly straight and perfectly in line with the outside edges. So our jamb and our door are exactly the same.